as to what's happening today. I know that these are very difficult times and painful times. No one in the Bahamas has ever experienced anything like this, including myself. But it's my and the government's responsibility to save lives and save as many lives as possible. And therefore, the decisions that we make are essentially to save lives, to save your life, and to save my life. I drove, while driving to Cabinet this morning, I would have seen the food lines, the supermarket. I would have heard the frustrations of the Bahamian populace with respect to the food lines. And I would have discussed the matter thoroughly with Cabinet. This entire event that we're experiencing is very fluid, and therefore adjustments has to be made. And we would like for each and every individual visiting the supermarket to wear a mask. That is for your good, to try and protect you. We would allow the supermarkets to open on Thursday. On Thursday, the supermarket shifts would be divided into 2 shifts. The 6 to 12 a.m. would be utilized to accommodate the members of the police force, members of the defense force, and the health professionals. All supermarkets have been asked and will remain open rather than until 7 p.m. They would remain open until 10 p.m. to accommodate individuals. And the police have been informed so that they would do whatever is necessary to ensure your safety. So 6 to 12 on Thursday is designated for that group that I mentioned. And between 12 midday and 10 p.m. on Thursday, the supermarkets would remain open to accommodate the essential services as in the order. And that group would include the fire services, the Department of Correctional Services, the National Insurance Board, Department of Social Services, Department of Environmental Health Services, Department of Immigration, Customs Department, Waste Disposal and Sanitation Companies, essential offices of any water, electricity, or other sector encompassing the provision of electronic communications, including print and electronic media. There is sufficient food in the country for every individual. There is not a food shortage, and that is not an issue. We feel that once we extend the supermarket and remove certain sectors, essential service and police, defense force, etc., out of the alphabetical system, that would immediately reduce the load of individuals visiting our supermarkets. I again repeat, there are no shortages, and we ask you to adhere to the social or physical distancing. If you don't, all the work that the government has done in protecting you can be lost overnight. And we do not want a meltdown within our society as we're seeing around the world. We see examples of some countries losing up to 1,000 individuals in one given day. We do not want that to happen. And if you adhere to the principles and the regulations that the government is putting forth, we feel that we would be safe. I would ask individuals again, it would be very helpful if you were to compile your shopping list in advance. That would reduce the time you spend within the supermarket. Again, we ask that you assign one individual per household. That again would help us moving forward. The pharmacies also face a challenge. And all pharmacies, in addition to remaining open until 3 o'clock on Wednesday, pharmacies can open on Thursday and remain open until 3 p.m. on Thursday so as to accommodate all those who may need pharmaceuticals. As a result of the purchasing during this particular week, it is expected for the supermarket's inventory to be compromised with respect to bakeries and with respect to water. And therefore, all those bakeries that are involved in wholesale production will remain open throughout this ordeal, so as we leave the Easter holiday, sufficient bread and other items would be present in that the bakeries and the water depots would continue so as not to compromise them. Yesterday, I had a very productive meeting with the administrators from all the family islands. And the family islands had several concerns, of which we've addressed. The mailboat services. The mailboat services will continue. They would continue to deliver the necessary goods, wholesale items to the family islands so that their inventory would be replenished as necessary. Many of the family islands, their concern was the mailboat may arrive late Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning. And therefore, the supermarkets in the family islands may remain open on Thursday until 7 p.m. so as to accommodate individuals. The family islands are unique in that they are not exposed or experience the same problems that we have here in New Providence. And therefore, the alphabetical system is not necessary for the family islands. The system that they've already implemented is working effectively and efficiently, and they can continue with that. There are some settlements that may only have 20 or 30 individuals, and therefore there's no need for an alphabetical system. One of the challenges I understand that we're experiencing here in New Providence, there are some supermarkets that are adhering to the alphabetical system, and that is working very well. There are others who are taking it to another extreme, in that there may only be one individual on a line, and there may be an additional 30 who want to enter the supermarket, and the supermarkets are turning them back because they does not fit the alphabetical sequence of that particular day. In other words, if A through F was supposed to be Tuesday, and A through F is there, and the supermarket can accommodate, rather than allowing nobody in, by all means, allow the individuals in so that they may be served. But I ask individuals to adhere to the regulations and the order that we put forth. It's only being done for your own good, and it will help, and it will relieve the stress and the strain that we're experiencing now at the supermarkets. Those are some of the major challenges that we're facing now, And I ask all Bahamians if we were to adhere to what we've put forth, then we would be okay. If not, we can experience meltdowns like we're seeing within the other countries, which would not be good for anyone here in the Bahamas. It may be painful, it may be difficult, but let us all work together and let us all adhere to the regulations and the orders that we put forth. Again, and we want to repeat that the supermarkets have now been extended until 10 p.m., and that would allow each and every individual to be accommodated. Thank you very much.